to say 25% of people that attend all of our things, Shannon, whether some could be owner sellers, but they have taken it very seriously and have become, you know, very good at business development, even though they're also, the founder of the company. That's pretty common. They've got some super users. And then that's a tool that some of the bigger companies will buy for their people. I don't think it's as widely used as we might think,
Okay.
but I think it's very powerful and something that post COVID, we should just assume people will still want to learn and get better at it because it's so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
I
just
agree. And so can y'all see my okay, so here's kind of what I see when I first come to Sales Navigator, and I always have this side tab open based on accounts that I've followed and people that I've followed. So usually I can scroll through here and find someone. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, the first thing that was there was a target client that I'm working with, and an article that he shared that I was able to go read and kind of make a comment on. And you have all of these notifications. That's a great place as a news feed. Then you still have it here as in your alerts, right? So, and then you can bookmark certain alerts. I don't do that, clearly. Different companies that you're following give you, hey, this company is being mentioned more in the news. You might want to take a look at it. Activity's been trending. Tells you if a company's hiring, someone's been hired more, lately. I love this. Is there anything else you want to say kind of about the homepage or anything? I went through that real quickly. Sorry.
No, it's important. And just for some history, when LinkedIn was piloting Sales Navigator back in 2016, they reached out to me to see if the sales team at Nova Medical Centers, where I wanted to pilot the program.
Wow.
And so it was really cool to do that and have that opportunity, and then to see how it's evolved. Like, it's changed so much. And the things that they've added to it as sales has changed. Like, I know traditionally it's like build a relationship with someone, sell them a product. Okay, maintain that relationship, right? But we're oversimplifying it. And I think now in the world that we're in today, in the digital world too, it's so different in how we build and grow those relationships, and as generations change in the sales world. And so it is important to, what the practices that I recommend is set time aside to set this up appropriately. We are busy, but if you want to see the results, you have to put in the work, right? So putting in the work is making sure that you're adding the appropriate people to this. Like, I love, it says view decision makers. Like, that's great. I'm sure you had to go in somewhere and select who that buying committee is.
Yeah. So you want to look at a couple of things. One, let's look at accounts and see, and there's some things that that are new I'll pick one account that, and I have way too many accounts saved. So just don't do what I say, not what I do, but some of these things happen. They'll turn into an account because I saved someone's profile, or so this isn't specifically what I'm targeting. However, so I'm looking at my accounts right here, right? So I've saved Beeline as a company. I have the number of employees. I have all the decision makers. So I can click on this and see. I've also created two different personas. So one for sales, one for high-level executives. Actually, I think I've created more than that. I've created also the chief marketing. So I can look at different relationships and see where I am, where I have relationships, where I'm a second connection, et cetera. And then here is the new thing that I think is great, that you can build your own buyer map, which awesome. You'll see I haven't started yet. But, if I wanted to start with this, I can pull Colleen over here and start pulling in who she reports to, and building out my map of buyers. I can see growth insight on employee and distribution and headcount, new hires, et cetera. look at what companies other people viewed. I can filter the account alerts so that they start showing up. And that is what is showing up in my feed over here.
And
Right.
and to come full circle on that with what we were just talking about, you're building that lead list within that organization. And
Yeah.
so when they post something on LinkedIn, that is your opportunity to
Absolutely.
engage with it, to like it, to comment, to share it. That is kind of how you continue to engage. And it's great that you can create lead lists, you can create accounts. I love the updates they've made to this, being able to build that buying committee. Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. So, and then I have, I have different lead lists that I have in here where, so these are, I have this is a company that I've gone in and identified people that used to work at a company that is one of our clients and have moved on to somewhere else. So I can reach out and say, hey, I know we used to work with you at, Avanade, we're would love to talk to you here. I have people that are Houston based that I'm reaching out to because I'm in Houston, by the way. So it's all the people that I can reach out to in Houston and start a campaign with and start following. I have this is kind of just a list of companies that we call non-compete. So it's a list of our target companies that I'm focusing on here. The people that have, I get somewhere, they actually throw in recently accepted connections, and they create that LinkedIn creates it and pulls it in. And I have a list of people that have, oh, here it is right in front of me. Recently accepted connections and in-mails. So these are all of the people that I've sent out connection requests to. And I see right here that and these are the people I obviously sent them a connection request because I want to be in touch with them and stay in touch with them. How easy is it for me now? I'm getting alerts, and I have this, I get to see when they change jobs. So, and then, this is great too. I get to come look through my messaging and see when people have accepted it. So it does have, the messaging as well that you can manage. So
I'm curious about this, Cindi, and you being a salesperson, I'm sure you do this a lot more. How do you have meaningful conversations over LinkedIn messaging that don't come off too salesy? Because one of the things, like, I get spammed a lot, and I train on this too, but I would be curious to hear from you who I just saw one. So
I'll go to, and the ones that you saw in there, like the one with Matt Cabe, I've known him forever.
Okay.
And so I worked with him at Aquin, and it was very easy. I would never be like, hey, let's have a meeting. And something that, again, that Alex Bird says that I think is so true on LinkedIn and social selling is that he says it's a long game. Meaning he's not going to reach out to someone immediately once he's connected and start hounding them for a meeting. As a matter of fact, if someone does that to me, they get deleted from my connections pretty quickly. I don't do it to people. What I do is if I send them a connection request, I'll give them a reason why they would want to be connected to me. For instance, we have a client that has just, we've been working with them for a while, and the leadership just changed out, and we're trying to get in touch with the leader. I was very purposeful with the parts of my background that I talked about when I connected with her, and said, here's what I've done, and here's what my role is, and we connected. Have I responded to her yet and said, hey, can we get a meeting? No, not at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the next month or two, interact with her, profiles, interact with all the other people from her company that I am already connected to, interact with their content, share their content, let her see that, and then reach out, because it's like a bank, right? You have to make a deposit before you can make a withdrawal. And I think that's really important. And even, Alex Berg takes it a step further of, he's not going to ask for a meeting next week. He's going to ask for a meeting next quarter. It's like, you can't, these people don't know who you are. They've just connected with you. You haven't even created the goodwill yet. So that's kind of, what I would do in the interaction. Does
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, no, that makes total sense, and it's really great information to share, because so often people lose me immediately before I even connect with them, because I see the note of what they're trying to do, and I'm like, what are you already trying to sell me? You don't even know who I am. Or, hey, do you want 5,000 leads in a month? I'm like, I couldn't even handle 5,000 leads a month. So no,
You haven't even asked me one question yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a conversation. It's a, you know, and it's, you know, I actually have a couple of good examples, and I don't have them right now, but I do have a tool that I've just started playing with that allows me to create templates for LinkedIn. I'm not going to talk about it completely yet because I'm not fully, I haven't fully tested it out, but you know, where, you know, you can either take you know, you're going to be a trusted advisor. If you're going to be a trusted advisor, you want to say, hey, thanks so much for connecting. I'd love to send you relevant. What kind of things do you like to read? And what, you know, what are you just have that conversation first, but it's not, you know, boy, do I have a bridge in Brooklyn I can sell you, you know, it's a build up.